Christmas is fast approaching, and as I've walked around the shops these past few weeks and seen the trees and the decorations, the markets and the twinkly lights, I find myself asking the same question that I find myself asking every year around this time. And it's a genuine question. It keeps recurring to me as I look around at the people, the faces, the crowds, the festivities and the decorations. And the question is this: what exactly are people celebrating at Christmas? Or let me be more specific. What exactly are non-Christians, unbelievers, what you could call the majority, what exactly are they celebrating at Christmas? Because I've got to be honest, as I look around, I get the distinct impression that nobody really knows anymore. I mean, for Christians, it's obvious we're celebrating one of the most wondrous and significant events in world history. The moment that God, the creator of the world, came to earth in the form of a human baby, Jesus Christ, so that he could tell us the good news of salvation and create a pathway for us to have eternal life. It's the most wondrous, astounding, life-changing story, packed with deep meaning and rich significance. And along with the resurrection, if any event deserves to be celebrated, it's certainly this one. It's a chance to celebrate God's amazing love for us, to celebrate light triumphing over darkness, to celebrate good triumphing over evil, and all that means for our daily lives, our walk with God, and eternities. For Christians, this all means something. However, as we all know, the West, our society, has largely abandoned their faith in Jesus and his message in recent years. So I come back to this original question: what are non-Christians then actually celebrating at Christmas? If not Jesus, then what? As I walked through this garden centre a few weeks ago, I decided to look around for clues as to what people might be celebrating at this time of year. And I was left confused because I saw penguins and I saw polar bears and I saw these things, whatever they are. And I even saw Christmas dinosaurs, which I've got to admit is a new one for me. And it left me with this distinct impression that in the absence of Jesus, the world doesn't really know what it's celebrating at Christmas. It wants to celebrate something, but it doesn't have anything to celebrate. And so all you get is this confused menagerie of penguins, polar bears, dinosaurs, deer is another one, and twinkly lights. And for that reason, there's such a sadness to the scene, because what you have here is the facade of a celebration, but without anything meaningful to actually celebrate. There's such a sadness to that concept. And I think this is a great picture. This is a great image of what materialism has done to our culture as a whole in recent decades. Godless materialism has hollowed out life of its meaning, the core part of life, which is the most important and significant and fulfilling and real part of life. It's sucked all of that out and has left this empty husk or shell or facade. And I think people feel this generally. We've all seen this huge rise in anxiety and depression in recent years. And I think the reason can often be summed up in this very simple phrase that people don't know why they're here anymore. They don't know what their life is for. Their life has no purpose, and they can feel that keenly. And it's that sense of futility that evokes this depression and sadness and sense of anxiety. You know, in the ancient world, the Greeks were obsessed with finding the meaning of life, the reason for everything. They called it the Logos. The Logos is the divine reason implicit in the cosmos, ordering it and giving it form and meaning. Now, the Bible makes it very clear that Jesus Christ is the Logos. He is what we're all searching for. He is what gives life its meaning. In the Bible, the term Logos is translated as the Word, and it says, in the beginning, the Word, or the Logos, already existed. The Word was with God, and the Word was God. He existed in the beginning with God. God created everything through him, and nothing was created except through him. The Word gave life to everything that was created, and his life brought light to everyone. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness can never extinguish it. God sent a man, John the Baptist, to tell about the light so that everyone might believe because of his testimony. John himself was not the light. He was simply a witness. The one who is the true light, who gives light to everyone, was coming into the world. So the Word became human and made his home among us. He was full of unfailing love and faithfulness, and we have seen his glory, the glory of the Father's one and only Son. Jesus is the Logos, the Word. He is the meaning of life. And when you take Jesus out of your life, then it leaves this vacuum, this big empty space that nothing can fill. And this is what materialism has done to us, removed Jesus, and in doing so removed life's meaning, and it's made this big empty space, this vacuum, this shell, which we try to stuff with other things, but it's all a bit confused and garbled. And I think this is what Christmas now vividly demonstrates. Christ has been removed from Christmas. The meaning for the celebration is now gone. It's left this vacuum, this shell, this husk, this facade. People now don't know what it's actually for. It's got no meaning. And so they fill it with confused ideas like penguins and polar bears and dinosaurs and deer. It's an attempt to make it about something, but they have nothing to really make it about. And that's so sad, I think. Everything that Christians will do this Christmas will be connected to some deep, life-changing meaning. We will feast because God coming to save us is our reason to celebrate. We'll exchange gifts because the Magi brought gifts to Jesus. We'll use stars to represent the star they followed to find him. We'll put up lights to represent Jesus as the light of the world, coming to illuminate and overcome the darkness. We'll sing carols that help us remember this wondrous story, and it will all be filled with deep, warm, beautiful, rich significance. However, for non-Christians, it seems to me there will be nothing to celebrate. I mean, I love animals, I love penguins and polar bears, but if that's all the celebration is about, then you're missing it. And without Jesus, all that's left is a facade of empty sentimentality, fluff, and twinkly lights. A celebration without anything to celebrate. So I want to put this question to non-Christians and unbelievers. If this describes you this Christmas, if for all your celebrations, it feels a little bit empty because you don't really have anything to celebrate, if it feels like something is missing, maybe in the past it felt more exciting than what it does now. If that's you, I invite you to consider that you're missing the reason, the Logos, the Word, the meaning of life, Jesus Christ. Consider putting him at the center of it this season, and indeed, put him at the center of your whole life. Jesus Christ is what gives life its meaning and what makes this occasion really worth celebrating. God bless.